Hi, this is Brahmnadu. Today we will see a lighting data table in NetLevel C. Okay, so we'll just able to display the data right with the help of single tag and lightning data table. Okay, so it's supposed to inline editing. So even we'll able to get the selected records on those selection, right? So so we don't have to design the table, right? So normally if we want to design the table, I'll be putting table tr, tdd, something like that, right? But when it comes to lightning data table, with the help of single tag, we'll able to display the data, but we need to write an apex class for that. Okay, so I have already created an apex class and html file, right? So I'll write the logic and this apex class. Okay, so in this scenario we'll try to see how to delete multiple records from account object. Okay, so in lightning data table. Okay, so in this scenario, I'll create two methods. One is for displaying the data and the other one is for deleting the records. Okay, so I'm writing aura enable. Okay, so catchable equal to true. So why I'm writing aura enable catchable equal to true, right? So we'll be displaying the data with the help of void property. Okay, that's the reason I put catchable equal to true. Let's say if you want to display the data with the help of imperative method, then no need of catchable equal to true, right? So in this scenario, right, so we're going to display multiple accounts, right? So if it is a one record, then we have to put account. If since we are going to display multiple accounts, right, it should be list of accounts, right? I'm writing a method, so the name of the method is display accounts, right? So I'm just returning select, okay, so name comma site from account, okay, so order by, okay, so created date, okay, order by created date, DESC. So I just want to display 10 records. Okay. So this is not a void method. So we have to write a return statement. If it is a void method, then we don't have to write return statement because void method doesn't return anything. So this is a static method. So definitely static list. So this is a list of account, right? So we have to write a return statement. So I'll be creating one more method, right? So this method is basically for deleting the selected records, right? So aura enable, okay, public static list of account, okay, so we may delete one record, we may delete multiple records, right? So I'm writing a method name, so delete, right, acc record, okay, so I'm passing a parameter, right, string, okay, so acc list, okay, right, so we'll be passing the selected records from the javascript, okay, so okay, so I'm writing a for loop, okay, for account acc select id from account, right? So where id in acc list, okay. So now what I'll do is I'll create a list and then I will add the data to the list. I'm creating a list of account, okay. Okay, so delete acc list, new list of accounts, okay. So now what I'll do is I'll just add the result to the list. Okay, so let me add the result to the list ACC, right? If the records are present, right? If, right? So I'm just adding one condition here. If list size greater than 0, if there are records present in the list, then what I'll be doing is I'll be just, deleting the records. Delete ACC list. Okay, so try block, it should be followed by catch or final block, right? Final block. So here I'm writing an exception, catch exception. Let's say while deleting on the record, sometimes we'll get an error, right, so then it will enter in the catch block, then it will enter in the catch block, right? In the catch block will be just catching the error through, right, new handled exception. Okay, so let me just remove this. Okay, so I'll be just putting some custom message here. Okay, so unable to delete. Okay, so e dot get message. I just want to know what could be the error while deleting the record. Okay, so this is not a void method, so we have to write return statement. So return, I'm just returning display accounts after deleting the records, right? So once the records got once we have done with the deletion, right? So I'm just writing return statement. This is not a void method, so we have to write return statement. I'm just returning, display accounts. Let me push this code to the source hard. Okay, so in the meanwhile, let's go to so lightning data table. Okay, okay, so with the help of single tag, we'll able to display the data, right? So let me copy this. So I'll be just putting it here in the HTML. Okay, so basically on row selection, we will be getting the ID, not the name, right? So let me put ID here. Okay, so on top of a table, we'll be creating a button, right? So basically for deleting the records. Once, so user will be selecting the records, later on, he'll click on delete, then we should able to delete the records, right? So I'm creating a button on top of lightning data table. So lightning button. So label equal to delete. Okay, so variant equal to brand. Okay, so on clicking of this, right? So this is the level C, right? So on clicking of this, we are going to execute handle and delete. Okay, okay. So let me write this method, right? Handle handle events. Okay, event. Okay. So now what I'll do is, okay, first we will import the first method. Okay, so let's see whether we are able to display the data or not. Okay, so import. Okay, so display accounts is the name of the method. Display account from, right, should be from Salesforce Apex, and the name of the class account control 6 dot. So name of the class display accounts. Okay, so yeah, that's it. Okay, so let me import the second method as well. Okay, so let me copy it from the class. So what is the name of the method? Delete account record. So from, okay, Salesforce Apex. Okay, so account control 6 dot. Okay, so let me save it. So now what we'll do is first we will display the data. Later on we will see the delete functionality, right? So we put aura enabled catchable equal to true, right? So we have to display the data so we are displaying the data with the help of void property. Okay, so what is the name of the method? Display accounts and accounts. I'm just putting accounts here. Okay, so accounts will have two properties. One is data and other one is error. Let's say if you want to access the data, right? So basically you have to put accounts dot data, right? Let's say while let's say there are no records present in the system, right? Then it would be then in that time you just want to notify the user, then you can put accounts dot error, right? Since I want to display the data, right? So I'll be just putting accounts dot data. Let me save it. Let me push this code to the source file. Now we should be able to see the records. Okay, so it is getting loaded. Okay, so we are successfully able to deploy the code to the source R. So I have already created an application, right? So let me just click on preview. Right now we should able to see the output. Okay, so only the delete button is coming up. Let me check what is the issue. So catchable, this is fine. Okay, so columns. Okay, so let me check whether I have put the columns. Okay, so yeah, we didn't put the columns, right? So now what I'll do is, okay, so let me go to the developer guide. So what I'll do is, I'll just, so I just want to display two columns, two fields, right? So first let me just copy it. Okay, let me just copy it. Okay, so let me just put it here. Okay, so I'll be just going with the API columns. Okay, so we don't need, we just need only 2 lines of code because we are going to display only 2 fields, right? So one would be name, and it should be a field name, a name, right? So type is not needed, it's optional. Okay, so let me, so we are going to display a site. So label account site, okay, and the field name, okay, site, okay. So let me just deploy this code to the source art. Let's see, now this time we should able to see the records from the lightning data table. This is loading. Yeah, we are successfully able to deploy the code to the source art. Now let me just refresh this page. Okay, so we are successfully able to deploy, we are able to see the records, right? So now what we'll do is we'll write on row action, right? So we haven't written, we haven't write anything for this, right? So now what we'll do is on selecting of, checkbox, what we'll do is we will just add it to one array. Okay, so let me go to the developer guide. So what I'll be doing is, so I'll be just copying this. Okay, so let me put it here. Okay, so handle delete. Okay, so we will be getting the ID. So I'll be just changing the name, selected ID, right? So let me remove this one. We don't need this. Let me remove alert. We don't need this. So now what I'll do is I'll create array variable. I'll create array list. Okay, so API selected records. Okay, so I'll push the records. Okay, I'll add the records to the array. So what is the method to add the records to the array? We have push method. Okay, so this dot, if you want to refer to this variable, right? So we have to make the use of this selected record dot push. Okay, selected rows. Okay, of I dot ID. Since we want to add the ID, so I'm just adding the ID to it. Okay, so let me put console dot log. Okay, so records. Okay, selected records. Okay, so let me put json.stingify. If you don't put json.stingify, it will come in an object format, right? So that's the reason I'm putting json.stingify selected records. Okay, so that's fine. Now what we'll do is once the user clicks on a button and once the user clicks on a delete button, right? So we'll just pass the selected records to the Apex method. So what is the name of the method? Delete account record. Okay, so delete account record. For this delete account record, we're going to pass the value selected records. Okay. So let me copy the Apex param name. Okay, so ACC list. Okay, so this dot I'm passing selected records, right? So if you are successfully able to, delete the record, right? Uh, okay, so let me write then. Okay, okay, so let me write the catch block as well. Okay, so it should be fine. Okay, so let me write catch block. Okay, catch error. Okay, so let me check. I think there might be some syntactical error. 29th then. Okay, so then, okay, so I think this should be fine. And let me put comma here. So no. Okay, so then catch. Okay, so let me check what is that show. So it's just syntactical error. So let me check the syntax. Okay, so let me check whether we have. Okay, so we are not passing any parameter. Okay, so let me remove this. Okay, still we are getting an error. So 29th unexpected token. Okay, so okay, so just give me a minute. So I will just inline editing and levels. So let me just copy this. Okay, so then okay, so we'll be just editing it. Okay, so then catch. Okay, so let me remove this. So we don't need this. Okay, so let me remove this as well. Okay, so if you are able to delete the record successfully, then what we'll be doing is we'll be just refreshing the data. Okay, so what is the apex property? Account here, accounts, right? Okay, so let's say if it is entered into the catch block, then what we'll be doing is we will be just we'll be just catching the error in the catch block. Okay, so we are passing it. So return refresh apex. So let me import refresh apex property as well. So import refresh apex from. Okay, so it should be from Salesforce apex. Okay, so once whenever you delete a record, after deleting a record, I just want to refresh the data. For refreshing the data, so we have to go with the, we'll be using refresh apex property. Okay, so catch is basically let's say while deleting the record something goes wrong, then it will enter in the catch block. Okay, okay, so what I'll do is, okay, so let me create one variable. Okay, so API error message. Okay, so so this dot, if you want to refer to that variable, so basically we have to make the use of error, right? So let me put console.log. Okay, so error, I just want to print the error, right? So I'm just using json.stringify. If you don't use this, then it will come in object format, so we are just converting it to the text format. Okay, so let me let me deploy this code to the source arc. Okay, we are successfully able to deploy the code to the source arc. Now let me just go back to the application. Let me just reload this application. Okay, so SFDC 991 and 990. Let me click on delete. Okay, so then is not defined. Okay, so let me check. Okay, so dot then. Okay, so this should be fine. So delete account records. Should be fine. Okay, so let me check. So let me just deploy this again. Let me just deploy this code to the source arc. Okay, so let me just reload this application. Okay, so let me 992 and let me do 993. Okay, so we're getting an error. So there might be some syntactical error. So 992 and 993. Let me just go to recycle bin account, right? 992 and 993. So recycle bin. So we are able to delete the record. So I think there might be, okay. So let me just go to my blog. So let me check. So this might be a syntactical error. Let me check. Okay, so we didn't put then. Okay, so let me just dot then. Okay, so let me put this as well. Okay, so let me just uh, deploy this code to the source R. Let's see what I think we should able to delete the records. Even the refresh should happen now. Okay, so let me just reload this application. Okay, so 982 and 983. Okay, so let me just click on delete. Okay, so we are able to delete the records. Let me just go back to recycle bin and let me show you 982, 983 got deleted. Yes, we are able to see the records. But here, the thing is, even the checkbox are getting selected, right? After deleting the records also, right? So maybe user will get confused, right? Right? So I don't want to make it happen. So how to get rid of this? So basically we have to set it to, we have to set selected rows to the blank. Okay, so after deleting the records, right, we are successfully able to delete the records. Then what I'll be doing is template dot query selector of lightning. So data table. Okay, so dot selector rows. Okay, so I'll be just setting it to blank. Now let me just deploy this code to the source arc. Okay, so let's see. I think we should able to get rid of that issue. Okay, so let me just reload this application since we made some changes to the application. Right, so 980 and 981. Let me click on delete. Right, so the checkbox is not checking for other records, right? Yeah, so we have done with the code. Let me just explain this code once. I'll just explain this code quickly. So I have written two methods. One is basically for displaying the data. So we are using catchable equal to true. Basically, we are displaying the data with the help of wire property. That's the reason I kept catchable. So I put catchable equal to true. Let's say if you want to display the data with the help of imperative method, there is no use of putting catchable equal to true. Without catchable equal to true, we'll able to display the data. So I have created one more method. So this is basically for deleting the record. I'm passing a parameter, right? So from the JavaScript, we will be passing a selected records to this param, right? So I queried where ID should be in this list, and I just added the result to the list. If it is greater than zero, I'm trying to perform the delete functionality. Let's say while deleting the record, sometimes it will sometimes we'll get an error, right? So then it will simply enter into the catch block. So here we're just handling the error. So e dot get message. By using this message, we'll get to know what would be the error while deleting the records. So this is not a void method, so we have to write return statement, and after deleting the record, we are just returning display accounts. Okay, so with the help of single tag, we will able to display the data and lightning data table. Okay, so data is nothing but data, right? So we have executed the wire property, right? So we executed the method with the help of wire property. Basically, it has two properties. One is data and other is error. Since we want to display the data, right? So we'll be just putting accounts.data. Let's say there are no records present. You can you can even put the condition template if true equal to accounts.error. You can just print some message so that users should able to understand there might be something wrong with the records. Okay, so on row selection, so basically we'll be say, will be getting the selected records, and we have created a button as well, right? So on clicking of this button, we are going to delete the selected records. Right. So columns, since I want to display only two fields, two columns, right? So name and site. So okay. So type should be type is optional. You can provide it. That's optional. Okay. So I have created an array list, right? User may choose one record. He may choose more than one record, right? So event dot detail. So basically, I'll be getting the selected records. Okay. I'm just iterating. Okay, so this is not a one record, right? If it is a one record, then there is no use of for loop, right? So since there are multiple record, user may select one record or he may select multiple records, right? So dot length and right, we'll be just pushing the selected record. We'll be just adding the selected records to the array. Push is the method. By using push method, we should able to we'll able to add the records to the array, right? So this is just console log. This is just for debugging purpose. Okay. So once the user clicks on a button and delete button, then it will enter into this method. So we are passing the selected records to the apex param. So ACC list is apex param. If we are successfully able to delete the record, then it will enter into this block, right? So we are refreshing the data. At the same time, we are just setting it to we are just setting the selected rows equal to null, right? So let's say if you don't put this statement, right? If you don't put this statement, what happens is even for the next time also it will by default it will pick up two records. Two records in this scenario we have chosen two records, right? So it will check for the next time also it will check two records, right? It would so user will get confused, right? So whether he might be in the confusion whether the previous records got deleted or not, right? He may think, right? So still the checkboxes are not checked. He may think like that, right? So but for that reason we have to use this condition, right? So in order to refresh the apex property, in order to refresh the data, so we'll be using refresh apex. Even I have imported that refresh apex in the class in the javascript. Okay, let's say if the user is not able to delete the record successfully, then it will enter into the catch block. So basically I've created a variable. I'm just putting the error message to this variable. Okay, I'm just printing the error message. If you don't put json.singify, then so it will come in object format. So we are just converting into the text format. That's the reason I have used json.singify. That's it. Thank you guys.